I'm switching it up, man. I went a different route before, but I think I want to stick with. Um, I want to go with a producer this time. This guy right here is Southside. Southside is one of the producers who's stayed in the game for a long time. He also can rap. He gets on the beat. He's just a jack of all trades. On top of that, I feel like he's super just locked in with the streets. Just super duper locked in. Like, bro has hit every pinnacle you can hit in music without losing his street credibility, which a lot of guys have done recently. I feel like Southside, I still got the same idea of him. And that's super tough. Like, somebody who can keep their brand alive, keep going in that direction, makes great music, is well connected in the industry as a producer. He's showing that if you want the stimmy, you want the sauce, you got to go to him. It's just part of the game. And that's the kind of producer you want to be. Let's give a heads up to all producers right now. If you make beats, you like cooking up the bass for artists to rap on, and that's your like pride and joy. I think it's very important that you work on your relationship building. A producer in 2026 is like a photographer in 2012. When Instagram was popping and everyone's taking pictures, the photographers were lit. It's like, I want to work with that guy because I know I'm going to have a good shoot with him. That's what a producer is like. I want to work with this guy because I know he's going to create that quality that I can like get off on. And without the quality from the producer, you end up with guys like Laser Dim, where like the beats could be anywhere and the art is there, the rapper is there, but the beats aren't. So I think it's important to highlight the producers that kept these rappers going, right? Like, think about it. Where would these rappers be without these producers pushing themselves to be better? Like, you would end up with guys like Famous Dex. Yeah, he can make a hit, but the beat is trash. What does it matter then? So I want to also point out another artist who delivers beats that force the rapper to become better, right? Like, a producer who can deliver a beat that forces the rapper to be better is the best kind of producer, right? So now we have to decide who is that producer that creates the quality for these rappers to exist on. And in my head, there's only one guy that I've seen do that on a scale that was just untouchable. For a whole year, it felt like, or 2 years, it felt like. And that guy is Cash Cobain. Yeah, Cash Cobain is one of those guys who I could tell that he was working really hard before he got his publicity, but that's how you know it's well deserved. Because when you can create a sound that becomes so infectious, the artists from different cities, different area codes, all want to rap on your beat, that's because you did it the right way. You did it the right way, bro. I'm seeing J. Cole hop on a Cash Cobain beat. Bro, I know y'all saw that. When J. Cole hopped on that Cash Cobain beat, I'm like, bro, this is crazy. I'm like, J. Cole's on this beat. This is crazy, bro. Like, that's how you know you made it as a producer, bro. You got guys don't even rap in your genre trying to get on your beat because they want to feel a part of they want to be a part of something bigger, bro. Not too many people are doing that. Bro hopping on the beat. You got guys hopping on his beat just to be on his song. No other reason J. Cole got to be on a Cash Cobain beat. I'm sorry. So, if I had to say who wins in a battle between Southside and Cash Cobain, who y'all got? Me personally, I'm going to go with Cash Cobain. Not because he's a better producer. Not because he's more tapped in. But I do think that as an artist, like a rapper and producer, he beat out Southside because now it's like when you hear the Cash Cobain beat, you hear his beat, you almost expect him to get on it at the end or like halfway through. You know, but sometimes with a Southside beat, it's like I could tell he's just doing his job, you know what I'm saying? He's just making his bread. Cash Cobain is like pushing the boundaries for what it means to be a producer. Like, he had a whole scene. Yeah, the sexy drill. Like he had a whole genre. He created a whole genre. I don't think Southside made a whole genre. I really just feel like he improved the genre, the drill genre, the trap genre. He improved it, but he definitely didn't inspire it. And Cash Cobain did that. He did it in New York too, like a city who already has their own sound. He gave them a stimmy pretty much off of himself. Like he just gave them a stimmy. Now you can make money in New York off of his beats. It's crazy. That's a dub, bro. Like, yeah, you're like solid, bro. Like, I don't know. Like to me, he gets the dub. Y'all may not understand that. You might be like, bro, Southside is way like he's been tapped in. Like he's worked way harder. Like he may be better. Like, but this is not about who's better. This is just trying to say where does the potential lie, and if the underground is really cooked, why is there potential, right? But we don't know how much potential there is until we finish this list. After we finish this list, we're gonna be able to identify the real state of the underground. What we're gonna do is see how many of these new artists are outweighing the artists that came before them. If they weigh more than the artists that came before them, I can't say anything's cooked. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really gonna debunk the whole cooked. Hopefully actually I'm not doing anything. Hopefully I'm debunking. Hopefully I do debunk the underground is cooked. Right? But if this list shows us that yeah, it is cooked, then yeah, there's nothing we can do. It's cooked. Yeah, we can't do nothing about it if it is cooked. It's just cooked. Okay. So let's move on to another guy. I want to do this guy right here. For sure. I want to do Post Malone. Now, White Iverson is a completely different person than Post Malone. Let's be honest. Completely different person. That's okay though. I don't think we needed 10 years of White Iverson. No. I actually think Post Malone did the best thing with his career. He capitalized off it. I mean, you're not supposed to do anything but capitalize off your career. A lot of people don't like him. They say he abandoned the rap game. Well, yeah, he did, but were y'all going to accept him anyway? How long were y'all really going to accept him? We've seen it with Jack Harlow. You know, we like a guy and then he fizzles out because we don't support it. And I mean, we've seen it with a bunch of white rappers. Most white rappers don't last long anyway. So why are y'all mad at Post Malone for leaving? If anything, he's trying to keep his career going, and which is respectable. But I can understand if you're saying, well, his career only exists because of rap. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So what we got to do is find somebody whose career kind of launched them out of the industry, whose music career as a white guy is one, impactful. We love it, but also it took them to a different genre. Like you can go somewhere else from this. Like every rapper should not be like, oh, I want to be a rapper forever, right? So we shouldn't hold that to Post Malone either. If he wants to branch out and do other things, we should support it and say like, yeah, that's our guy. Like we helped him get to that point. That's our guy. And I feel like with this next guy coming up, we can take like entitlement of him and be like, yeah, that's our guy. We helped support him. We put him on that stage. Like we were doing that. We were listening to him back in the day. Like we were the ones playing his music. And now we could say, yeah, I know he's not like still one of the main factors of the culture, but we could say like, hey, for a white dude who came in here, he definitely gave us a run for his money, right? Or whatever. A run for our money. And I want to compare Post Malone to Netspend. Yeah. Y'all might be like, bro, Netspend is so different from Post Malone. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how could you compare the two? How could you do that? Bro, like, Post Malone is a country singer. Netspend is underground, bro. Like, he's rage. I'm like, yeah. Like, bro, of course. I see that. Yeah, I know. But you got to understand. In 2016, rapping was rage. Like, all rap was rage. Anything you rapped about was tough. Anything was crazy. It's hard. Now it's just like you got to be even harder. That's why rage exists. Rage only exists because the music got too hard for the average listener to handle. So for Post Malone, He came in here super tough, doing his melodies, right? Netspin kind of does the opposite. He don't melodize at all. He just be rapping like just drill. I feel like Netspin is just kind of like he's just like very raw. He doesn't seem to like care about how the song is mastered and mixed. He really cares about if it's fire and tough and if he's rapping the way he wants to. He's not worried about what people think. Like, yeah, I mean, and then he's also like transitioning where he's doing like models and photo shoots, and he's just not really. I wouldn't say that he relies on his rap career. I think he's bigger than his rap career. He's bigger than his music. Yeah, Netspin is bigger than his music for sure. And I think the same thing for Post Malone. These two artists are both bigger than their music, right? Like, we talk about Post Malone sometimes not even for the music, but just for who he is and how he appears and what he does. Netspin is definitely a music guy. Like, I talk about his music, I like it, but I see online the conversation is not about his music, right? It's about he's a white kid and they're comparing him all the time. That's literally Post Malone. It's like, what are we doing? What is this kid's career supposed to be anyway? Like, what were you guys expecting from Netspin? Seriously. Like, were you expecting him to just rap forever too? Like, were you like with these white dudes coming into the rap game? Y'all are just keep like, bro. This is the problem. This is the problem. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Mexican, Muslim, whatever the hell, like Arab. Like, it don't matter, bro. If you're gonna make music and rap, you should be trying to take that career into something else. It shouldn't be like, I want to rap till I'm dead. Like, I'm a little bit worried for you, bro. Why are you trying to rap to the grave? Like, nah, take that rap career and do something else with it. Go be a model. Go switch your genre. Go sell beer. Go, you know what I'm saying? Be an entrepreneur. Be bigger than an artist. And Netspin is bigger than the rapper. He's bigger than an artist. If he does that, if he chooses to. If he chooses to take his career to more like influence, he could be more influential than just making fire music. Yeah. He's already influential. So this is more about whose influence, whose career for these white guys who stepped into the game. Which one of these guys is like, who's going to beat out who in the long run? The real question that we have to come down to, I know we talked a lot about these guys, but Netspin is a very relevant artist. Like, currently, Post Malone was very relevant for a long time. He delivered, right? He delivered. Post Malone always delivered, regardless if you like him. Rockstar, he never really like stopped letting up off the gas until he said, I'm done. So we need somebody, obviously Netspin. We need Netspin to not let up off the gas, which he's already done. He's already done that a little bit. So since Netspin kind of been like, not really AWOL, but like his music don't be hitting like how it used to. When I first listened to Netspin, bro, I was listening to Netspin before I knew he was even a white guy. Like, I just thought he was super tough. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was playing Netspin when people were like, oh, nah, he's weird or whatever. I'm like, bro, I don't care what the race of the kid is. Like, it's fire music. But I think he did let up off the gas. So, unfortunately, Netspin, I don't know if you beat Post Malone yet. Bro, gotta keep working a little harder. I need Netspin to get a hit song at least, right? Like, bro doesn't have Sunflower. Yeah, he needs Sunflower. He needs a Sunflower, but that's not happening with his genre unless the underground becomes mainstream. But that's not what the underground's supposed to be right now. You know, the underground is the most underground it's ever been. So yeah, I don't think Netspin compares to Post Malone, unfortunately. He's similar artists, yeah. But career-wise, we can't say that we found our Post Malone yet. Netspin is probably the closest we've gotten to Post Malone. And I do think he has potential to surpass him. But he needs hit music. He needs some more mainstream music. Netspin needs to go mainstream. And I don't know if he's going to be able to rap on a mainstream song. Is that even him? Do you guys want to hear Netspin go mainstream, or do you want him to keep making underground jerk and like niche music? What do you guys want? Do you want Netspin to be niche or Netspin to be mainstream? Going against Post Malone would be hard to just stay niche, so I can't give him the dub for the future of music, but I could say that if he decides to go mainstream, he does get the dub. If he wanted to go mainstream, Netspin wins out. Just don't think he does though. So we're gonna bring him down. Unfortunately, Netspin, I do think you have the potential though. I do think you have the potential to be bigger than Post Malone. But that's if you go get it. If you decide not to go get it, you're gonna end up like Post Malone. Yeah. Post Malone is not a bad artist to be like, but he definitely kind of lost the sauce. And if Netspin isn't careful, he could easily lose the sauce. So what he needs to do is learn from Post Malone, take the L. Even though Post Malone beat Netspin out, Netspin can still win if he takes his career farther than Post Malone took his. But right now, he's not doing that, so he took the L. I swear, if he was still going hard right now to this day, then he would have beat Post Malone in this. But he let up off the gas too early. Let's move on. That was a long one. Okay, so moving on, we want to do somebody who's similar to Post Malone. I'd say when Post Malone came out, there was another guy who came out at the same time. Completely different guy. Completely different. But this guy was just more like drill street, not drill, sorry. The guy who is similar to Post Malone came out at the same time, but fizzled away over time at the same time. Like they fizzled out, came in hot and fizzled out, right? That was the trend. It seems like that is the trend. These guys from 2016, 2017, we listened to them so much. Yeah, we like listen. Yeah. Play that. But at a certain point, they are gonna disappear, right? So this guy disappeared just like Post Malone, right? The guy I'm about to introduce to you. His name, DaBaby. Bro, DaBaby disappeared. Like he really disappeared, bro. Like. As soon as he called out the LGBTQ, out of there. Cannot mess with the mafia, bro. Don't do that. But I'll say this. The time we had with DaBaby was very like. Honestly, I didn't care for it that much. But everyone liked it. People liked him. He was all right to me. Was not a game changer at all. I don't want to say he's a bad rapper though. Great rapper. In fact, still to this day, he probably has some of the best freestyles. So, talent is there. The talent is there. It's just the career went south. And when your career goes south, there's not much you can do to save yourself besides make great music. But unfortunately, DaBaby didn't make great music either. He was just good at rapping. Like, okay, you can rap, you can rhyme. But why are we listening to you over somebody else? He never showed us why. It's DaBaby. We never, like, it's just DaBaby. But we don't know why. I literally never figured his career out. I don't know what he's supposed to be. He's just another guy that could do it. Anyone could be him. I see DaBabies everywhere I go. I see a DaBaby every time I step out the house. You know, so... He's not special to me. But he made it though. He made it into the game where you couldn't not listen to his music. You're gonna have his song come up. And I wouldn't even skip every song. There's songs I would listen to. So it's not like he's a skippable artist. He's just not impactful. So I want to do somebody who's easy to listen to. They have great rapping ability. The subject matter is to the streets. Keep serving the streets. You never stop serving the streets, right? But we also want to say, who's the guy who can like fill DaBaby's shoes and take it further? Because obviously DaBaby failed at that. He did not take his career far. So Who kind of fits that pocket? Street rapper, really more about the raps and the bars, not about the song and the melody. Just rapping, like just straight bars, like back to back bars, 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 bars. Who's doing that? And I'll say this one guy. There's one guy I could like listen to his music. I'm not waiting for a hook. I'm not waiting for a chorus. I just want to hear him rap the whole beat. And that's why the baby was kind of good. He's just the rapper. He's not the hook. But this guy, I would say, is the exact same way. Right? His name, Benji Blue. Benji Blue Bills. And yo, y'all see this? They got the same, they doing the same like to the dome. They doing that mess. And I feel like that's just like, bro, they got the same energy, right? Like they just in that mode. They in that mode. Keeping it real, staying to the streets. They got the bars. Guns blazing, bro. Like hop on the beat, just rap straight through. Bro, it's like they got the both got the flat bill has doing this. Like, what are the odds? Like, I just feel like they're comparable. And you might be like, nah, the baby is just way more energy than Benji. Like, Benji's just chill. Like, he just be rapping. And that's okay, too. I'm not saying this guy has to be the exact same. I'm just saying, like, Benji Blue Bills fills the role of the baby. Like, but I think he's better, though. I think his music is tougher. His flow is just more believable. And it just seems like more authentic than the baby did. The baby kind of felt formulaic at a certain point. Benji does have a formula, but I don't think he relies on his formula at all. I think he just wants to make a fire song, and he's doing what he got to do. So I'm actually going to give the dub to Benji Blue Bills. I think he has potential to be more impactful than the baby. You know, like if you really listen to Underground, there's just a lot of Benji songs you could keep in your playlist. With the baby, I low-key wanted to remove him from my playlist, you know? I feel like there's two different type of things. You want to add somebody to the playlist, or do you want to remove him? I'm adding Benji. I'm removing the baby. I don't even care about this one. I don't care how nobody feel about this. I really don't. I don't care. I don't care. Nope. I don't care. I don't care. I'm giving the dub to Benji Blue. The baby taking the L. I don't care. All right. Let's see what we got going on now. All right, next on the list, I want to bring, let's see who we got. Oh, let's bring in another girl. Let's start shaking it up. But this one, y'all not going to understand this one right away, because you might not know her. So, right here, got Baby Sosa. Now, I'm going to just play her music to put y'all on. I would love to explain to you why she's such a great artist, but I'm going to just play one song so we can understand the type of music first. Then we can discuss her art. Because I feel like if you don't know her by heart, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. So let me play a little clip. And when I'm talking about underground, this girl is the definition of it. The fact that she's been around for 10 years, but I'm going to make sure you know her music because she's so underground. And that's how you know, like, she's the best part about underground artists that last long means that their quality of work is giving them a career that they don't need to be mainstream, but they have a career. That's the most beautiful thing. If you can just have your art work for itself, right? So I want to show you her music and show you how, without y'all really knowing her or getting put on, she's just so locked in. Like, the girls know. I know the girls know. All my girls out there, I know y'all know. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love the respect I give to her, because to me, she's one of my goats. Like, Baby Sosa is one of my goats for sure. So listen to this joint. Yeah, bro. What can I say? What more can I say? I love her music. If you don't, it's okay though. Like, it's okay if you don't like her music. But I'll say this. That sound, the way that she has been able to stay with the beats, like, she's so relevant. Like, Baby Sosa is one of the most relevant artists. If you care about the underground and you want to know where does the sound come from, who helped develop the sound, is Baby Sosa. Because you got to remember, women are always ahead. So her beat selection is super hard, bro. Like, she's so tough. I don't know that many girls who are as tough as Baby Sosa. Only one girl comes to mind. When it comes to the beat, like the rage beats or just rapping super hard on the beat, like there's only one girl that comes to mind. Well, there's also like BK the Ruler. She comes to mind too. But the girl who's doing it the best and who's showing that there's a future for girls to rap on these beats is Molly Santana. She's showing y'all that it's possible. You know, anybody with doubts, anybody who doesn't really see a lane for themselves, Molly Santana opened that door up, especially for the girls, right? Because with Molly, what she has been able to do is take the underground to the mainstream. Because a lot of the artist recs with Molly are super underground, right? But when she hopped in that Drake feature, she catapulted. She catapulted out of the underground because obviously it's Drake. It's Drake. But Drake is so tapped in, he knows what's going on. He sees it. But if I was Drake, I would have done that feature with Baby Sosa, actually. I would have done it with Baby Sosa. Why? Yes, Molly Santana is at the peak right now. She's lit. But Drake, it does look like you're kind of hopping on the wave. It does look like that. That's what people have said about you. So having Molly doesn't really justify Drake. It kind of makes it sound true. Now, Drake, if I were you, I would also look into those collaborations with the girls who've been doing it and pay your homage. Drake, you could pay homage to Baby Sosa. Why? Because she developed the sound that Molly Santana can even exist on. And without Baby Sosa, there's no template. There's no template. Baby Sosa is the template. A lot of girls use Baby Sosa's voice. They probably use her editing. Like, they probably do a lot of that. So my purpose was to actually use Molly Santana as a way to highlight Baby Sosa as well. And that's why people coming together is so great. Instead of putting them up against each other, this is really supposed to say, hey, look at the similarities. Look at how they're similar. Yes, we can compare them, but we can see the growth of the music and the genre. The genre is growing. And now our purpose is to decide, is the underground really cooked if the genre is growing, right? And when it comes to Molly Santana, yes, the genre is elevating. But then the question is, who do we give the dub to? Baby Sosa or Molly Santana? Bro, I just thought about something crazy. You know what would be crazy? Bro, a collab tape with Baby Sosa and Molly Santana called Baby Santana or some shit like that. Or like Sosa Santana. No, Sosa Santana. Ooh, bro. I want to see the collab tape. I need it. I need the collab tape. Because that would just be like two generations coming together and like just making some fire music. And his girls too. This is what I'm doing this for. If y'all ever want to get in the studio with me, y'all want to make some collabs happen, let's lock in. Let's get it going. I want y'all to work together. Everyone on this page, everyone on this list, this is not about competition. This is actually about working together. Because what we have here is 80 artists. But we're in two different generations. But if we brought these generations together, the industry is well alive. I mean, some people are already doing it. Some people are, like Drake just had the song. So like, Drake knows what he's doing. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying his selection could be more niche and more like deep cut, which actually brings the genre up. I see what he's doing. I think it's great that he did Molly Santana because that gives more awareness to these other girls like Baby Sosa. So Drake didn't do anything wrong by that. I'm just challenging him to include the OGs. And if he doesn't do it, I'm doing it. I'm including the OGs right now, like the OGs. Like, why aren't you having the OGs do it too? Baby Sosa is the OG. And that is why I have to give her the green light on this. Yes, Molly Santana is doing great, but she needs to keep it going to where 5 years from now, you know, like we're still like, okay, Molly Santana is still feeding the streets. You know, like she cannot go mainstream. Molly Santana, please don't go mainstream. Please pay attention to what Baby Sosa did, and like appreciate the artist who stays working hard. Because the moment you go mainstream, you stop working hard. It doesn't matter how great you are anymore. We don't have you're not relevant to the people who actually support you. So just stay relevant to your true supporters. I think Baby Sosa has shown that it's possible, and that you're gonna get the support, you're gonna get the recognition. It may not be like Drake level recognition, but you're gonna have your core audience, Molly. So please stay locked in with them. Please do that. And I think that if you do that, your longevity is gonna be even more impactful than Baby Sosa. And Baby Sosa is super impactful, but Molly has the opportunity to be just as impactful. She definitely will become just as impactful, but like I said, she has to stay true to her genre. Do not try to leave your genre to be somebody you're not. I don't need Molly Santana becoming a pop star. No, 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 no. I need her serving the streets, keeping the underground alive, and keep putting these other girls on. I think Baby Sosa has shown it's possible. So, Baby Sosa took the dub, but Molly, you're already there, girl. Like, you got it. You got it.